Hi everyone! In this video I want to talk about a topic that is extremely popular right now. AI for Java backend development. Helpful or overhyped? There is a lot of discussions in the industry about how artificial intelligence is changing the way we build modern software. Some people say AI will eventually replace developers. Others argue that replacement is impossible, but AI is a powerful tool that can significantly increase developer productivity. To be honest, no one really knows where the truth is. So, in this video, I won't talk about hype or theories. Instead, I will show a real examples of how AI can help in day-to-day Java backend work and where it doesn't. Let's see whether AI is a silver bullet or just a really good tool. I have a demo project with just two Java classes. The first class implements a logic that translates expressions written in artificial language into an SQL where clause. For this class, I will first ask one AI assistant to generate documentation. Then, based on the documentation, I will ask another AI assistant to generate the code. Finally, we will verify generated class using prepared unit tests. The second class contains a small piece of code that uses completable future. For this class, I will ask an AI assistant to generate unit tests, and we will evaluate the quality of those tests. And finally, I will ask an AI assistant to generate a README file for my project. As usual, you can find the project using the link here or by scanning QR code on the screen. Now you can see the Parsing Artificial Language class. Its responsibility is to translate certain expressions into SQL clauses. To make it easy to understand, we also have some unit tests for this class. And now you can see what these expressions actually look like in practice. For example, title like 123%, or for example, title like 123%, and some another expressions between brackets. Now let us move on to our AI assistant, which is based on ChatGPT. I will ask it to generate documentation for the parsing artificial language class, something like that. As a result, we now have the generated documentation which I will use to generate the class with another AI assistant. But firstly, let us take a look what we have here. We have here some overview, say some key concepts, and from quickly read, it looks not bad. Class structure and responsibility also looks nice. Some main methods are described, and usage scenario is here in place, and so on. Okay, I have copied this documentation and I'm going to ask ChatGPT to generate a class based on this documentation. But I am going to do it in a separate window and in separate session because I don't want to know the context of my project. Now the code is generated, and also there are notes and next steps from ChatGPT process. The most interesting for me is this point. If you want strict grammar rules, support for node between in, real AST parsing instead of linear validation, support for node between and in. ChatGPT understood which operation I have implemented in my, let's say, translator class, understood that node between and in is not in place, and suggested me to add it to my class. It's very interesting result. Now let me copy the code to the IntelliJ IDE and try to run it. Okay, what I have done now, I have copied the code from my web browser and I have created a new class with name parsing artificial language, but in the different package. I called it generated, and I put this class under this package. And as we can see, there is no syntax error in this class. It's a very good result. Secondly, what I have done, I have copied original unit tests and create a new class under the package generated. In my unit test, what I have done, I just changed the class which should be under the tests. In my test class, there are two test methods. One is for positive testing and one is for negative testing. If we run these methods in order, for example, first one for positive testing, we can see that it finishes with errors. It means that the generated class has some semantic errors. If we run negative testing test cases, it finishes without errors. It means that the ChatGPT generated a class without syntax errors, but with some semantic errors. And how do you think? Is it now easy to find these errors? From my point of view, it would be a very complicated task. In the second part of our experiment, I have a class that uses completable future and contains some logic. I'm going to use another AI assistant, this one from Yandex, to generate a unit test for the class. Let's see what we get. What we can see here, we have a test class with test method, and here we have 4 test cases, let's say. It looks nice from first iteration, but in case of completable future, I would like to use countdown latch in the unit tests. Let us try to put some prompt for AI assistant and ask it to generate unit test with countdown latch. Now it looks even better. We can see that there is countdown latch in place, some logic behind, but also we can notice that now it uses executor service and new thread pool. I would like to use vanilla completable future, and I would like to use thread pool which is by default there. And also I would like to use countdown latch. Let us try to put another prompt for our AI assistant and let's see what we get. After 3 applied prompts, I received what I wanted. Now I have countdown latch and unit test for completable future, and there is no additional thread pool behind. Good result. Okay, let us now summarize a little bit. What AI means for Java backend development. In case of boilerplate and setups, here I would say yes, AI could help a lot. To generate some project structure, to write some simple REST controllers, DTOs, entities, repositories, GPI mappings. Here, AI could generate some, let's say, starting point from where we can start to proceed with our development. In case of code explanation and legacy code, it's pretty, I'm not sure here. For example, understanding all Java code. Really, do you need it? I mean, after 7, 10, 15 years of Java development, you can read it very quickly. But for beginners, yes, here AI system could bring a lot of values. Debugging and error analysis. Pretty yes, but what is the difference with Google? For example, you have some Spring errors. Previously, if it was unfamiliar for you, we go to Google and search for this error there. But now it's built in our idea, IntelliJ idea. Yeah, now it's a little bit more comfortable, I would say. But from my point of view, in case of tests and documentation, unit tests, Java doc, API docs, here AI is very useful. So that is our experiment with AI in Java backend development. We have seen where AI can help, where it can generate code and tests, and where human judgment is still needed. AI is not a silver bullet, but it's a powerful tool to boost productivity. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this useful.